ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to Team Lawrence. I'm your host, Pat Brock. We are here with the Raider Brigade, and we've got the man himself with us, Mr. Richard Horn. Good to see you.
Good to see you. Thanks for coming out.
Absolutely. I mean, it's always a pleasure to come out here and to hear you guys. I mean, you sounded fantastic.
Oh, well, thank you very much. Yeah, it's always fun to have you out in the band room as well. Thanks for coming out.
Of course, you know I'm dancing all over the sidelines.
Of course. I saw you. I saw you.
So talk to us, Mr. Horn, about how your things have been going for you and with the band and transitioning each year and having to perform during a pandemic and how you're having to make the adjustments and what can we expect?
Well, this year has definitely been, it's been a return to a little bit closer to normal. Obviously, we didn't expect to have, the kind of resurge, I think, of things. But, these kids have been doing a great job rolling with the punches. I think with last year being like it was, they were just happy we're out on the field, we're moving, we're playing, got a great halftime show. I think it's a great halftime show. You've heard a little bit of it. It's music from the 80s, 90s, 2000s. It's very similar to the types of shows that Mr. Dukes used to like to do, in the sense that there's not one particular theme, not one particular artist that we draw from, but it's a myriad of artists that we're pulling from.
And so when you're actually just preparing the music for the season, I mean, so many different genres, what goes through this head of yours? Because you've got AC/DC, you're playing Twisted Sister. How in the world do you conjure up the music you're playing for the season, and in the generation that you have that's playing?
Well, it's exactly what you just said. The kids that are in now, which I think is awesome, but they actually seem to like music from the 80s and the 90s. I mean, they like it, and I was pleasantly surprised by that. I guess everything comes full circle most of the time. Yeah. But their musical tastes are in line a lot with things that I remember listening to whenever I was a kid. And I know that for the age that the kids are, I know that the parents are roughly about my age and maybe just 5-10 years older than me, so they know this music as well. So a lot of the times whenever we pick out show music or whenever I'm thinking about what to do, I try to think, what are the kids going to like? I also try to think about what the audience is going to like as well.
Because you're performing to a crowd.
Oh, for sure. And
so how many band members do you have this year? Because you usually have 200.
We're right on track with that. We've got about 200 on the field. That's everybody included. So we're doing well. I was happy to see kids come back from last year.
For sure.
And have all these chairs filled back up again.
And there's quite a bit of discipline that is required to be a part of this brigade. How is it for you making sure that that's also being done brilliantly, along with them being able to play brilliantly?
Well, yeah, you're very right about that. It takes a lot to make this organization run, and I rely on my associate directors, Mr. Rogowski and Ms. Trowell. It's not just me doing it; they are helping out tremendously. I rely on my auxiliary sponsors, Aaron Miller and Jessica Johnson for dance line and majorettes, and Aaron with color guard. So I mean, we all kind of know what our tasks are, and we just go and get them done. And then having a strong core of student leaders that you'll meet.
For sure.
Having a strong core of student leaders, we went through training during the summer, and we tried to put all those things in practice. And we try to be as positive as we can. Obviously, sometimes we gotta say some things from time to time, but for the most part, the student leaders do a great job. If everybody has a task to do, everybody's occupied, there's very little room for anything else.
That's right. And you all start so early. You've got some kids that start off before their 5th grade, but having band in the 5th grade.
Oh, that's
how crucial is that?
I feel like it is very crucial. Starting those kids as early as possible, having them out there, having successes in it at that early age, hopefully just feeds their desire to come up and be a part of this.
Yeah.
One of the things I love the most is taking, groups, and it's something that I'm looking to do this year. I love having the older kids play for the younger kids.
Oh my gosh.
It encourages the younger kids so much, and they just see all the stuff that they can do. They get wide-eyed.
I was going to say that. I was like, they probably have stars in their eyes when they're watching them.
They get wide-eyed. They see the concert bands, our jazz band, and of course, obviously, the Raider Brigade is the most visible aspect of our program.
For sure.
But it's impressive to watch these kids get excited.
And there's so many different moving pieces. You're talking about your assistants that you have with you, and then you've got the booster clubs. You got the mamas and the papas that are volunteering, you know, that are preparing meals and making sure their uniforms are together. And there's so many different moving pieces.
Oh, we wouldn't make it without the band boosters. That's for sure. You know, the band booster group led by Miss Nobles, Miss Darlene Nobles. I mean, they do such a fantastic job for us. They make sure these kids have water on Friday nights, as many bottles as they need.
Yeah.
You know, our field crew makes sure all the equipment is down there. They just do a wonderful job. They run the booster. I mean, excuse me. They run the visitor side concessions. I mean, like I said, we couldn't do half of what we do without the parent support. And
you know what we see is we see the finished product, and of course, you know, the people in the stands, they're expecting excellence from that Raider Brigade.
Well, we do too.
And you know, I always get excited when I'm on the sidelines and I see you and you're in that mode, you know, and it's like you have to get into that zone because everything that you have worked so hard to do, that is the culminating event.
Oh yes, you know, every Friday night is a major performance for us. That's how we consider it. That's how I sell it on a Monday morning. It's like we got this coming up.
Right.
We got to get this done. We got 4 days to do it.
Yeah.
Let's knock it out. Let's get it done.
Yeah. And you know, you've been doing this for how many years now?
At West Lawrence, this is my 11th year at West Lawrence, but I taught 4 years prior to in Southwest Georgia. So I've got 15 years behind me. This is year 16.
And how old were you when you started as a musician?
I was 5. If that
Mr.
gives
Horn,
you any indication of how old I might be and how long I've been doing this.
You're like those little kids who started young, and here you are. You are doing exactly what you had dreamed about doing.
Yeah, I would think so. I mean, it's funny, you never know exactly what direction your life might take. You know, whenever I was 18, I didn't necessarily consider, I thought music was a very fun thing to do and I enjoyed it very much. But being a band director wasn't necessarily in my line of thought until I went to college. And I wasn't in music, and I realized how much I missed it.
Yeah.
And that just drew me right back in, and then I became a music ed major, and I never looked back.
Never look back. And you know, to have this many students and having them work together, you've got to do some kind of considerable amount of team building because you have to be able to trust one another, trust that that section is doing what they need to do. And so what do you do to kind of really harbor those relationships so that you can really trust one another when you step out there on that field or in that concert hall?
It's very funny. It's almost as if the trust is sort of built in because they're all doing a common thing. You know, they're all working together for a common goal. They understand what they're supposed to be doing, and very seldom do we ever have any major issues.
That's awesome.
We're blessed is what we are.
For sure, for sure.
We are very blessed.
For sure.
Yeah.
Well, we certainly appreciate everything that you do, Mr. Horn, and it's always a pleasure. Whenever we need you, all I've got to do is send you a text message.
I usually will respond pretty quick.
Yeah, pretty quick. And so we appreciate that. But we appreciate how you are working with these young people and you're helping mold them into the great individuals that they are today. And we couldn't, as a district, be any more proud.
Well, I appreciate that. Thank you very much. And I'm very proud of all these kids. They mean a lot to me. This senior class, I was just thinking, you know, we talk about it from time to time, but this senior class, I started teaching them whenever they were in 7th grade. Wow. And I worked with them in 8th grade as well. And then between 8th grade and 9th grade, that was the year that Mr. Dukes retired.
Right.
And I
transitioned.
Moved up. So I've been with this senior class this is 6 years, or you know, with them.
Wow! Look at those relationships that you've built.
That's one of the things I like about being a band director is I get to see them from this little to whenever they turn their tassels and walk out.
And then you're right there. How many seniors you got this year?
I believe we have 26 or 27. I try not to look at the rosters because I don't like to think about who's taking off in a few months.
For sure. Well, we're going to get to meet some of the seniors and some of the section leaders so that we can just hear about how their journey has been here at West Lawrence, a part of the Raider Brigade, and as musicians. So thank you so much, Mr. Horn, for all that you do.
Thank you for what you do.
Thank you. Ladies and gentlemen, this is Mr. Horn, the band director here for the Raider Brigade.
From humble beginnings with a desire to serve the Dudley community, Bank of Dudley has grown to 5 locations, serving Lawrence, Twiggs, and surrounding counties. Serving our community since 1905, the Bank of Dudley is looking forward to its 2nd century of community banking. Drop in today to any of our 5 locations: Jeffersonville, Dudley, East Dublin, Veterans Boulevard, and downtown Dublin. Bank of Dudley, member FDIC, and an equal housing lender.
Conservative treatment options are typically where we start with both knee and hip arthritis. So if you come in to see us and your hip is beginning to be arthritic or your knee's beginning to be arthritic, there's sort of a stepwise approach that we take. Anti-inflammatories, which are medicines like Motrin, Advil, Aleve, are usually sort of first line. We have prescription forms of those medications that we can use. In our elderly population, that becomes a little more difficult because they have comorbidities, things like diabetes or stomach ulcers or disease, that they can't take those medications, even hypertension. So we'll try to treat them with medications if it's appropriate. When it's not, then we go on to things like injections. So cortisone injections, or there's these things called visco injections or visco supplements, which are lubricating type injections that we can use to treat knee arthritis as well as hip arthritis to try to control people's pain. And a lot of times we do that for years for people before they get to the point where those are no longer working and we're ready to talk about knee or hip replacement.
Hello, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to Team Lawrence. I'm your host, Pat Brock, and we're here on the campus of the West Lawrence Raiders, and we are here with the Raider Brigade. And we've got the senior drum major with us, Miss Olivia Rogowski. How are you, Olivia?
Hey, I'm good. It's so good to be here.
Good to have you here. And, as you can hear the sounds in the back, this band is really, they are perfection when you're talking about a performance that, standing room only when the crowd hears them play. And here it is, Olivia, you are in a position that everybody gets to watch.
Yes, ma'am.
Give us a little history about you. Tell us about your how your experience has been here at West Lawrence High School and now as a senior and the position that you're in now, okay?
So I've been at West Lawrence for all, my high school career, and, my dad is a band director, and so ever since I was a kid, I've seen him grow up and conduct, and so my freshman year here, I wasn't in leadership, I didn't do anything of that, and I thought, no, there's no way that I'm going to do drum major, no way.
Right.
10th grade year, I said, I don't know about that.
Right.
And it was like a split-second decision, and I showed up to auditions like nobody even knew I was going to show up.
Right.
And basically, I got the part, obviously, last year, and I've absolutely loved it. I love conducting just like my dad, and, music has always been in our family, and it's been really fun.
So here it is, Olivia. You're definitely following in your family's footsteps. So what is your instrument of choice?
I play the flute and piccolo in the band.
And what does your dad play?
He plays trombone.
Wow. Now, is your mom musically inclined as well?
She is. She played the French horn, and so I have 2 brass parents, and then they had a woodwind.
And you sing?
Yes, ma'am.
You're like the modern-day Partridge Family. Did you know that?
Right.
And so, Olivia, for you being in this position, we know that it's one that it really does put quite a bit of pressure on you.
Yes.
What was the process for you to get to where you are as a senior drum major?
I know that my dad and my mom both are going to support me through everything, and so that really helps me out a lot. But it is a lot of pressure, and so as a senior drum major, I know I have to put in work. I have to do the work. I have to, do everything I can to, perform and be able to lead this band. And so just being able to do that has been a challenge, but one that I absolutely love.
And in the position as the drum major, it is a big leadership responsibility. And when you're talking about a band as large as yours, you truly have to command their attention.
Yes, ma'am.
Now, have you always been a leader, or have you grown into this?
I would think that I kind of grew into it. As a child, I was kind of more soft-spoken. But, you know, as a drum major, I do have 2 others who kind of help me, and we lead together, and so that it does help a little bit.
And it's important for you all to be able to gel nicely.
Yes.
You know, just watching you all in rehearsals, and it's like, oh my.
Yeah.
Love.
Oh, yeah.
Love.
Yeah.
And so as a senior, these are a lot of bittersweet moments that you're experiencing. I'm quite sure of that.
Absolutely, yeah. Just like, you know, our first game, I was like, oh, this is my last first game, like conducting and all of that, so.
And so when you think about a future, are you looking at going to continue as a musician in college, or what are your aspirations?
I'm not really sure, to be honest.
Yeah.
I've always loved music and done music, and obviously I'm a drum major, so it is a passion of mine, but I'm not really sure at the moment.
All right. And so here it is this year, you know, it's an exciting time, but it's also a trying time if you know, have not seen that already.
Right.
Not just here within our school district, but as a nation. And, you know, so you're having to make a lot of adjustments.
Absolutely.
And so how has that been for you all, especially still continuing throughout the pandemic?
You know, like when we had our leadership meeting before band camp, Horn just said, stay positive. You know, like we can only control what we can do.
Yeah.
And so, you know, we've had a game canceled because of quarantines, and that's always hard. But, I mean, we're staying positive and we're keep pushing through. I mean, we've got nearly half the halftime show already on the field, which is amazing because we've never done that before in quite a long time. And so we're just pushing through, keeping going.
Very good. And, you know, you've got how many in the band this year?
Roughly a little over 160 kids.
Do you remember when you were a freshman?
Yes.
You know, how was that for you, and how have you grown as an individual, as a musician, and as a person and a leader?
As a freshman, I think that I came into high school and, you know, you see the seniors and they're so musically talented and they really push everybody in the band to be better and do better. And, you know, like just coming up as a sophomore and a junior, you know, you kind of learn like, hey, that's your responsibility now. And so it's been, you know, really good to see and be able to, you know, learn and teach the new freshmen, you know, like, hey, this is how we do things, like, and how to push them. And so it's been really good.
Very good. Any closing remarks you'd like to leave to the people out there?
I just give all the glory to God that we're actually able to be in school, and I'm so thankful for my wonderful other drum majors.
Very good. Thank you so much. We're excited and proud of what you're doing.
Thank you.
This is Olivia Rogowski, ladies and gentlemen, the senior drum major here with the Raider Brigade. We've got the junior drum major with us, Sims Alligood. We have finally come together, Sims.
We're here. We made it.
Congratulations to you on your position.
Thank you so much.
Share with the people out there a little bit about you and your family and how you have transitioned into the young man you are today.
Sure. So my pre-K and kindergarten year, my dad actually coached at East Lawrence High School, so all the way across the county.
Yep.
And then first grade, we moved over here to the west side, and I've been here since. In fifth grade, I joined the band. It's the best decision that I've had in my life, because I remember in first grade, the first thing I remember from the school was the Raider Brigade.
Really?
And to now be a drum major and leading it.
You're living the dream.
I'm living the dream. It's crazy.
And so for you, Sims, now you've been in the band all your life. Now, do you come from a family of musically inclined individuals?
No. I mean, my dad was a football player.
Right.
So
Not the band.
Not the band. He's always been, you know, Friday Night Lights.
Right.
My mom was my parents were both in the sports, you know, world, and I'm over here in the band world right now.
Oh my God. And tell us what instrument you play, or instruments.
So I was in percussion, so I played the drums, xylophone, all that fun stuff. And then my freshman and sophomore year, I played the second bass.
And here you are.
Here I am.
Now, Sims, do you feel any amount of pressure being in the position that you're in of leadership?
I mean, at the beginning, I did feel a little pressure because I felt everybody was watching me. But as time has gone on, I've just learned to accept all of that.
You're in your element, aren't you?
I am in my element, yes, ma'am.
I mean, you're feeling it, aren't you?
I'm feeling it.
You're feeling yourself now, Sims.
Yes,
I mean,
ma'am.
this is special. And you know, when you talk about your life experiences, and of course being a musician, what does that do for you as a person to be able to be in the band, to perform at the level that you're doing? How does that make you feel?
I mean, I'm happy with it. You know, we have it made here on the west side, because I know some schools unfortunately don't have the resources that we do.
Yeah.
And I'm just glad to be a part of this famous Raider Brigade.
And you know what? You're active in the school and different groups anyway. Tell us about what you're involved in.
So I'm involved in FFA, Junior Beta, Anchor Club. I try to put myself out as much as possible to gain leadership skills for opportunities just like this.
You know what I told your parents one day? I said, let me tell you something. I could walk into a room, make eye contact with Sims, and he is ready for this camera.
Gotta get that camera out.
Every
Turn it
time
on.
you're like, Pop. And I love that. And so for you, I mean, you've got a great energy about yourself. And so here it is, as a drum major. Tell us what some of the responsibilities are for you as a drum major when you're talking about a group of this magnitude.
Sure. So when being a drum major, you're the head of the band. You're right below the band directors. The band looks to you. During band camp, we pretty much assisted our section leaders in teaching people how to march. We're always there. We're helping setting charts. And we do a lot of behind the scenes things that not a lot of people know about. We set yard markers out. We bring speakers down. We do a lot of stuff for the band.
So you do a lot of grunt work.
We do.
So when Friday night comes, Sims, and it is time for you all to let it all hang out, how do you get into your zone to be ready to perform?
So first you gotta shake off the nerves. The first game, it was a little nerve-wracking, but once you hit the field, you feel the grass on your feet.
Yeah.
It just all goes away and you do your thing.
The adrenaline rush.
The adrenaline, yes ma'am.
And so for this year for you, I mean, like, you are definitely living your dream. And so as a junior years are so very important because you're having to make some decisions as far as your future, what you plan on doing after high school. Have you been thinking about all that?
I'm all over the place, you know. I've thought about being in the medical field. I've thought about teaching an AP class, and you know, I've also thought about, you know, embalming. So, you know, we're all over the place right now.
So, I don't even have a comment on that. Sim. I mean, you're going to have to get it together.
I mean, we got a year. To decide.
You got a year to whether you want to embalm or
I changed my career path at least once a week at this point. So.
Well, either way, Sims, we're so excited about the young man that we see before us. I mean, you're definitely setting an example for others to follow.
Thank you.
We get excited to be able to see you out there on that field, living the dream, and we look forward to what the future holds for you.
Thank you.
Ladies and gentlemen, this is Sims, ladies and gentlemen, junior drum major here with the Raider Brigade.
Would you like to reduce your energy cost, boost your air conditioning efficiency, and reduce the chances of structural damage due to termites, rot, and mold? Call Dry Zone Crawl Space and Foundation Specialists today at 478-410-2847.
Community Bank of Dublin-Lawrence County is here to help with all of your financial needs. Our team knows what it takes to make life easy and convenient and will help you get set up with our mobile and online banking. We founded Community Bank on common sense banking and a dedication to help people just like you. Our loan officer Gail Rainey and branch manager Amy Thompson know what it takes to make life easy and convenient and can help you with loans with almost everything, from your automobile, home, land, or any financial goals you have. Come visit us today. Community Bank of Dublin-Lawrence County, where common sense banking never goes out of style.
We've got another junior drum major with us, Justin Rozier. Good to see you, Justin.
Good to see you too. Glad to be here.
I just realized how I know your family.
Yes, ma'am.
And that's pretty awesome.
It really is.
Justin, let the people in on about you. Tell us about your family. Tell us about the things that you are involved in here at West Lawrence High School and what that experience has been like.
Okay, I'm an 11th grader at West Lawrence High School. I've been in the Lawrence County school system since pre-K, all through middle school and elementary school. And this is my first year as a drum major, and I love it. I love every minute of it.
How do you feel when you get up there, Justin?
It's amazing, just the rush, and everybody's watching. You know, we're the quarterback, so to speak. You know, they're waiting on us, so it feels good to be in this role and have people to help me. I love it. I can't explain it.
How does it feel to see your parents and your mama out there watching you?
They're my biggest support staff. I mean, T-shirts and just hollering. I mean, just everything. I just can't get enough of it.
Got their names up there with you.
Yes, ma'am.
The full Monty. They're just letting it all hang out.
Yes, ma'am.
Love that. What other things are you involved in here at West Lawrence?
I'm in the Betty Club here, and outside of the school, I am in the Morris Bank Leadership Council, and I'm also taking dual enrollment classes at GMC.
So proud of you. So proud of you. Look at you. And so, Justin, here it is. So, when you first started out, have you been a musician your entire life?
Well, I've been in band since 5th grade. I played the baritone. I've been playing the baritone all through middle school and high school until this year.
Wow. Anyone else in your family?
My dad, he was a drum major at Dublin a couple years ago. So
Look at you, boy. I know your daddy is up there just so proud of you, watching you look at
Yes,
that
ma'am.
boy. I've taught him everything I know.
yes, ma'am.
And Justin, it's like, you've seen yourself evolve, haven't you?
Yes, ma'am.
In what ways have you changed or evolved to be a better person?
Really just being a leader. Growing up, I wasn't the person I am now. It took a little while for me to grow into the person.
Yeah.
So just kind of talking to my dad, talking to people that I trusted, making sure I get the right tips. But everything's been going good. I feel that I've been a better leader than I have before.
And you got a little brother, don't you?
Yes, ma'am.
What grade is he in?
He's in 2nd grade.
Oh, my goodness. Does he look up to you?
He really does.
Oh, what does he think?
He thinks I'm just the coolest thing in the world.
You are the coolest
Tries
thing.
to mimic everything I do.
Everything.
So everything.
I love that, Justin. And so here it is. You are in this leadership position. This is something I think that you've probably dreamed about.
Yes, ma'am.
And again, as in these two over here, you're living that dream.
Yes, ma'am.
What is it like? So whenever you leave West Lawrence High School, Justin, think fast forward. What is it that you want to be remembered by from your peers?
Just being the kid that was always diligent in his work or the school work, and then in the band, just being one of the best drum majors I can be. That's all I'm here for, to do the best job I can do, so that the students are doing what they're supposed to do.
I love that. Love that. Now, do you plan on what do you want to do after high school? Do you want to go to college? What are your aspirations there?
I'm planning on attending Georgia College and State University in Millersville and majoring in business. So.
I'm a Bobcat, and I majored in business. So,
Yes, ma'am.
let me know how that goes.
I will. I'll definitely keep you in touch.
And relationships are very important, Justin. And so when you look around the room, in this school, there's so many students and there's so many connections that you've made. How important are the relationships you've made with your peers in helping you be the strong person you are today?
It makes high school so fun to have people that's, looking out for you or, giving you things that can help you. I mean, it's amazing having a support staff of friends. When you need something, they're right there. And so whatever the case may be, just having that group of friends is just amazing.
It is amazing. And I'm looking at Mr. Richard Horn over there in the corner. How is it to be under his leadership?
It's great. I couldn't ask me anything better.
When I came in here and I saw you all, I'm like, y'all, the air conditioning's on. How are y'all sweating?
It's hot. It gets hot really
Working
fast.
hard. So you all are really pushing it, aren't you?
Yes, ma'am.
Would you have it any other way, Justin?
No, ma'am.
Wow. What else do you want to say to the people out there?
Just stay positive and stay safe. Tough times we're living in right now, but just stay safe. That's all I got. So.
Justin, I'm just as proud as if I was your mom, I'm so proud looking at you over here. Well, congratulations to you.
Thank you.
We're so proud of what you're doing now, and we're looking forward to what the future holds for Mr. Justin Rozier.
Yes, ma'am.
Thank you, baby. We've got Alisa Cuevas with us, a senior. How are you doing?
I'm doing good. How are you?
Doing well. Now, listen, Lisa, we want to know all about you.
Yes,
okay?
ma'am.
Share us a little bit about your family, a little
Okay.
background about you,
Okay.
and your world in music.
Okay. My mom's name is Anita Cuevas, and my dad is Elias Cuevas, and I'm from Dudley, Georgia. I've grew up here most of my life. I've never been outside of Georgia, just on vacations. I've been in the band since 5th grade, and I've loved it ever since. I never thought about quitting or anything. I think I did once to join choir, and then I didn't like it. Band was more for me. And I am a section leader in my section.
And tell us about your section. What do you play?
I play the flute and the piccolo.
Very good, very good. Now, are your family members musicians as well?
No, just me.
Oh my goodness. So I tell you, so when they see you out on the field.
They get excited. Mostly my mom gets more excited than my siblings and my dad.
Yeah, yeah. And you're being a part of the Raider Brigade, I'm sure that gives you such a great feeling.
Yes, yes.
Now, when it's time to perform, most people get that, that adrenaline rush or that nervousness that comes on. How do you get yourself ready to perform?
Just put all my best effort into it, keep my mind on the music, think about how great it's going to be at the end and how everybody's going to love the music that we put out and how much work I put into it.
And as a section leader, right, you have to make sure that you are looking after those in your section, especially those younger ones.
Yes.
And so being a mentor to those younger musicians, how do you kind of get them to be okay with performing with older students? Because, there's an intimidation that can be there.
Yeah. I just tell them to do their best, that we're not here to judge them, we're here to help them, and to always ask questions and to be comfortable with playing around us. We aren't there to judge, because at one point we were young and we were the ones who were scared little puppies to play out with other people.
And now here you are, a senior.
Yes, ma'am.
And so, you know, tell us about some of your aspirations that you have after high school.
I want to become a nurse in the pediatric field, but specialized in cancer.
Oh, wow.
So I'll be dealing with a lot of kids with cancer, doing their treatments and everything. That's, to me, is probably one of my biggest dreams I've ever had as a kid, to just be in the medical field.
And I love that, you know, so that means certainly you're a nurturer by nature.
Yeah.
And then to work in that field, you have to totally have a heart for it.
Yes.
And so, okay, your senior year, you're a section leader. I mean, this pandemic has really caused a lot of adjustments for us, you know. And so how have you adjusted to still keep that momentum for yourself and also for the ones around you?
I just keep encouraging, and I just stay positive, really.
Yeah.
I'm staying positive. I missed the first home game of my senior year 2 weeks ago, so I was home while everybody was there, but through home I stayed positive and encouraged all my section to do their best and to have fun, to do what they do best.
Very good, very good. Anything else you want them to know about you?
I think that's it.
Well, it's been a pleasure to meet you. We're so excited about what this year has for you, and we look forward to that future you're talking
Thank
about.
you.
Thank you, dear.
Hi there, I'm Hannah, and these are some of my best friends that I know I can trust. Child abuse is a serious problem that many kids, just like me and you, face every day. So whether you're at home or at school, it's important to know that you can ask for help wherever you are. If you have friends that you are worried about, go to an adult that can help make them safe. There are many signs that can be a warning that a friend may be in a bad situation, and you have the ability to come to someone's rescue. If you are the one experiencing child abuse, just remember, you're not alone. There are so many people that can guide you out of an uncomfortable situation once you reach out to an adult. Here at Stepping Stone, we want to spread awareness for child abuse, and we need your help. We want to stand up for children and give them a safe place to be. If you are in need of immediate help, call 911 or call our fully anonymous and confidential crisis line at 478-595-8339, or call us here at Stepping Stone Child Advocacy Center at 478-275-9010. And remember, there's no excuse for child abuse.
Thinking about what to do after high school? How about jumping directly into your future? Oconee Fall Line Technical College offers hundreds of programs to prepare students for the real world. From business to healthcare to professional and technical services, our graduates go straight into a career. And tuition? Surprisingly affordable. At Oconee Fall Line Technical College, you will succeed sooner. Apply today at oftc.edu.
We've got a junior with us, Mr. Ethan Briner. I think this is our first time interviewing together.
Yes, ma'am.
How are you today, Ethan?
I'm doing good. How about you?
Doing well. So listen, I really need to know about you, right? So share with us about you and your family and things that you're involved in here at school and any extracurricular activities or work outside of school, okay?
Yes, ma'am. Well, I live with my mother and her boyfriend. Her name's Kaylee Wright. She works at the middle school. I am a farmhand outside of school, and I'm, of course, in the Raider Brigade, and I'm in dual enrollment.
Well, Ethan, just from listening to you, the first thing you're talking about farmhand, you're a hard worker, don't you?
Yes,
Aren't
yes,
you?
yes, ma'am.
Now, being a farmhand, do you do things in the morning as well before school?
No, ma'am. It's all after school.
Wow. And here it is, you're in the brigade. What instruments do you play, and when did you start as a musician?
I play clarinet. I've been doing that ever since 5th grade.
Wow.
And I am a section leader for the clarinets.
Look at that. And so what do you love most about being in the Raider Brigade?
I think it's all about being able to, play out, have fun, and learn a lot of things, learn a lot of responsibilities, and how to be a team player.
Yeah, for sure.
Definitely.
And you're dual enrolled, Ethan.
Yes, ma'am.
How has that been for you? Because you have to balance a lot. So here it is, you're working, you're a student, and dual enrolled, and in the band. How do you balance everything?
Well, I it's quite difficult, but I just get through it and keep a positive mindset, because in band, you have to stay positive.
Yeah, and you seem to be very disciplined, aren't you?
I try to be, yes ma'am.
I had asked Ethan right before we started interviewing, I'm like, are you planning on going into the military? And so Ethan, when you're talking about being disciplined or trying to be disciplined, do you see how it's important for the Raider Brigade to be as in sync as you all are?
Yes ma'am, it's very, very important.
And as a section leader,
Yes,
tell us
ma'am.
how that experience has been for you.
It's been challenging at times, but
Yeah.
I love my section. They're amazing, and you know, it's a pleasure being able to be their section leader.
And do you have to audition for that?
No, ma'am. Well, you get elected as a section leader, sort of.
Yeah.
And it's kind of like get everyone to give you their signatures for you to be one.
Okay, so people have to say, okay, we believe that Ethan is the man for the job because XYZ.
Yes, ma'am.
And so here it is, Ethan. I mean, you know, this year has been a little different for us all, hasn't it?
Yes, ma'am.
And you've been a musician since what grade?
5th grade, ma'am.
5th grade. And so here it is as a section leader. Is this something you've always wanted to do?
Well, ever since my sophomore year, yes, ma'am, of high school, it has been something I've been striving to do, because you know, seeing all my former section leaders and seeing how they lead and seeing, you know, what they do, it's really inspired me to be a leader.
Yeah.
And so far, I've really enjoyed it.
And you know, to see your mom and your family out when they're able to watch you perform, what kind of feeling does that give you?
It gives me pride knowing that, you know, us playing on the field brings them joy.
Yeah.
They seem to really like our performances.
For sure.
Yes, ma'am.
And so, Ethan, this is your junior year, so you still have another year of high school, and you're doing college courses, so you're definitely making sure that you're above the power curve.
Yes, ma'am.
And so, your junior year is very, very significant, because you're having to make some decisions early on about what your future plans are.
Yes, ma'am.
And so, what have you been kind of mapping out about what you want to do after high school?
Well, ma'am, once I graduate, I plan on going right into the military, and then after that, law enforcement.
Look at you. Now, what branch of military?
Army, National Guard, and that, I just have to wait and see what kind of experience that brings, but I'm hoping that, you know, I can be shaped up to its standards.
Yes.
And, you know, use those standards for other careers that I plan on going into.
For sure. And Army National Guard, that is a wonderful, wonderful thing to go into. My nephew himself deployed this morning to Louisiana.
Wow.
And so, and the discipline that you already, you know, have personally, and the ones that you are actually growing into in the Raider Brigade is going to make you more than capable.
Yes, ma'am.
And then going into public safety.
Yes, ma'am.
Fantastic. Anything else you want to share with the people out there?
No, ma'am, I think that's it.
Well, it's been a pleasure meeting you, I tell you. And congratulations for all of your achievements. Keep working hard. Keep working hard, making your mama and everybody else proud, okay?
Thank you. I intend to.
Ladies and gentlemen, this is Ethan. We've got senior Anna Coward here, who's a section leader and creative genius. How are you, Anna?
I'm good, I'm good.
Good to see you.
Good to see you too.
Share with us a little bit about you and things you've been involved in and your family, and just talk about your history with the Raider Brigade.
All right, so Mark and Melissa Coward are my parents. I have a little sister. She's a freshman in the band here. She's a trumpet player. I've been in the Raider Brigade since 5th grade. I joined as an alto saxophone. I now play the tenor. I switched over last year. Yeah, best decision ever. I like it so much more than the alto. It's a lot more fun.
You have been a musician pretty much all your life, haven't you?
Yes, ma'am. Even before I joined the band, about in 3rd grade, I started taking piano lessons.
Did you?
Yes, ma'am.
So you play how many instruments?
4: piano, guitar, saxophone. Well, I guess you can count singing as one.
And you're a songstress, Anna?
I suppose.
Look at that. And so here it is, and you're an artist. Your whole family are artists, aren't they?
In some sense.
In some sense. And of course, I know your grandmother. And so what your experience as a musician, how has that helped shape you and mold you into the young person you are today?
Well, music's just always been a big part of my life. It's like just something I can always kind of rely on, you know, because it's always there, and notes are always there to play. It's just, it's really helped me let loose a lot.
Yeah, yeah. and then you had your little sister. How does that feel for you now to be a senior and have your little sister who looks up to you be in the band with you?
It's really weird, honestly. I still don't know how to feel about it. Just see her walking around the halls. It's like,
Yeah. It's different, isn't it?
It's different.
And what does your mom think about all this?
I'm sure she's like so thrilled to have both of her kids in the same school and the same band. I'm sure she loves seeing us out there on the field together.
Oh yeah, and you know, we talk about the nerves that you kind of get before you perform. How do you feel right before you go out there on that field to perform?
Honestly, I love it. You know,
Yeah.
I used to be in a singing group, and you know, we did a lot of performances, and being in that group really helped me get over stage fright.
Yeah.
So now when I go out there, I'm just nothing but excited. You know, I don't
No
feel,
big deal,
I don't
right?
feel any nerves.
And what was the name of your singing group?
It was the Mockingbirds.
The Mockingbirds.
By Miss Kelly Knight.
Yes, yes, yes. And so here, Anna, you have always been so very creative. I mean, are you involved in any extracurricular activities or clubs here?
I'm in Beta Club. That's about it. I don't really do much.
Yeah.
I used to have a job at Europi, but I quit to focus on school for senior year.
You're so focused, Anna, aren't you? And so, Anna, a person like you that's very creative, it's like the wheels on your bus are always turning. What do you do to just relax, to do nothing? You know, what do you do?
To do nothing. That's
Have you ever
hard.
been...
That's hard for me. I got to be doing something.
Yeah.
If I don't, I just, go take a nap or something.
Right. I love that. And so for your senior year, after this, these bittersweet moments for you, Anna, and I know for your family where they're like, oh my gosh.
Yeah.
What are your plans for after high school? What have you decided upon?
Ooh, that's a good question. So I'm really not sure what I really want to go into, like majoring. So I think I'm gonna, before I decide on a school to go to, I'm just gonna take some classes here at the Middle Georgia campus here in Dublin. Just gonna do that for a year, then maybe try to transfer in somewhere.
For sure.
Yeah.
When you think about your whole high school experience, what are you going to miss most? And then what are you going to miss the least?
I'm definitely gonna miss my friends the most, just having being able to see them every day.
Yeah.
Because it's not gonna be like that anymore
It's
once
gonna
I
be
graduate.
different.
Yeah. What'll I miss the least? Probably just high school itself.
Right. Just the whole
Yeah.
realm of
Yeah.
high school. But what's wonderful is, though, Anna, that you've made some connections, you've built some relationships, some lifelong relationships, and you yourself have truly become a better person. You've seen how you have transitioned out that flower, how you've truly blossomed.
Yeah, and the band's been a big part in that. I
Yeah.
remember I was so timid as a freshman.
Yeah.
No one could have ever seen me becoming section leader, honestly. Maybe not even some of my own friends.
Right.
It was kind of came out of nowhere.
But when they see you,
yeah.
what a sense of pride that feels for you have seen how you've changed. You have seen how you have transformed, and you have seen what the advantages are to participating in things outside of just school.
Yeah, it's been crazy, honestly. I've changed a lot, but at the same time, I haven't really changed at all.
You're still Anna.
I am.
You've just evolved. The revolution. Well, congratulations to you, Anna. We're
Thank
so
you.
proud of the things that you've already accomplished, and we're excited about what's yet to come for you.
Thank you.
Ladies and gentlemen, this is Anna Cowart.
Hello, my name is Reggie Gay. I'm the owner and operator of Middle Georgia Insurance right here in Dublin, Georgia. We're excited about a new law that just went into effect on February 15th. There is a new special enrollment period with the healthcare marketplace. It runs through August the 15th, and for anyone that doesn't have current health insurance has an opportunity to get health insurance without having to wait for the next open enrollment this fall. This has never been done since the healthcare marketplace has begun. So take advantage of that now before time runs out. At Middle Georgia Insurance, we're continuously working and searching for right plans in the marketplace. Come by today and see us at 1307 Bellevue Avenue right here in Dublin. No cavemen, no lizards, just great insurance.
Drop by today and see the winning team at Lakes Alignment and Truck Service in East Dublin. We're now offering tires and service for all your agricultural and farm equipment. At Lakes, we've got you covered on the road or in the field. big truck alignment, industrial tire pressing, and commercial truck service. So join the winning team at Lakes Alignment and Truck Service, and now offering agricultural tire service. No matter where you are, call 272-4230 and our service trucks are rolling to you. Lakes Alignment and Truck Service, serving you at the same location right behind Thomas Auto Supply since 1954. So grab the family and head on out to the field. This football season, you're sure to be on a winning team when you join the team at Lakes Alignment and Truck Service, and now Agricultural Tires and Service. Lakes Alignment, East Dublin.
We've got Miss Caroline Martin with us. I tell you, when I even look over here to my left and to think that she's a senior, it's crazy. And you're a section leader.
Yes, ma'am.
Hey, Caroline.
Hey, Miss Pat.
How you doing, baby girl?
Doing pretty good.
Oh my gosh, can you believe where you are right now?
It's been a long road, but we're here.
Tell us a little bit about your journey and your family and what you've been involved in through the high school career.
So both of my uncles played trumpet, and my mom played French horn, so I've been pretty involved with the Raider Brigade for a while. I am the trumpet section leader this year, and over the past years, I have been working to get this position, and I got it last year, and I loved it so much, just being able to help my whole section out whenever they needed help, helping other people, being there for Mr. Horn and Miss Travel and Mr. Rogowski. But it's such an honor.
And you know, Caroline, are you a natural born leader?
I would like to say I am. I'm very outgoing and very sociable. My mama says I never meet a stranger. So.
And coming from a family that you come from, a lot of musicians, very, very big name here in our community, and you know when you all support one another, you go hard.
Yes, I am.
How do you feel? What kind of I've got to say joy it gives you when you're able to see your family and generations of family being able to support you the way that they do?
It really makes me happy, actually. Every time I get on the field from running down the hill and I just look up in the stands, and there's like almost half the section is just like my whole like Locke family, Martin family, all my friends. It just makes me really happy.
And you know, for you, it's like you've always had that.
Yes,
you've
ma'am.
always had that. And as a section leader, you've seen how you've grown through the years.
Mm-hmm.
In what ways have you had to evolve to be better at what you do, and especially in the leadership position that you're in?
I would say freshman year I got really close to a senior, and that was probably the best thing to happen to me in high school. Her name was Emma Powell. We got so close. I learned, and she taught me a lot of stuff. And I will say I probably will not be the strongest player that I am without Ethan Martin or Emma Powell.
That's wonderful. And you know, you're talking about these relationships and the connections and mentorships that you have. You've got some little freshmen out there.
I do.
And so they're very impressionable, and they're watching you. Whether you know that or not, they're watching you. And so in what ways are you helping those young people? Because you want to make sure that you're helping shape them and push them towards the right direction.
So I really strive to be a person to look up to. I've always been like that. I really want to have an impact on people. I don't want to just be another person to go through and not be able to help somebody.
Mm-hmm. And that's what you're doing. And Caroline, you got a great personality. Where do you get that from?
Probably my dad.
Your dad. And you know, and during this pandemic, you know, that's something we talk about because it's our life, you know, and you've had so many ups and downs.
Yes,
and I think that we as a community have had so many ups and downs.
Yes,
how do you stay motivated, and how do you motivate others in hard times?
It was a really turn of events. Last year, I would say, and the year before. We had already been through marching season when COVID-19 had started my sophomore year. So I would say the hardest part of being in the Raider Brigade had already passed over for that year, but the next year was really, really tough on us. We had to relearn how to socially distance and teach and be able to help people. So
yeah,
it was. I'm really proud of where we are right now.
Yeah, yeah. And now here it is. You've been in Dublin your whole life.
Yes, ma'am.
You're going to be graduating soon.
Yes, ma'am.
Oh my goodness. So what are you going to do, Caroline? What are your plans? What are your intentions? What are your ambitions? for after high school?
So I would say I'm very involved in the FFA and floral design, and I really, really would love to open my own floral shop.
Oh my gosh. What would be the name?
I really don't know yet, actually.
You've got to let me know when all this comes to pass here.
Yes, ma'am.
A floral, oh my God, a florist.
Yes, ma'am.
Now you'd have to give me your cell phone number because I like to text my florist when I need something.
Yes, ma'am.
Anything else you want the people of Dublin Lawrence County to know?
Come out and watch us this Friday. We're putting our halftime show on the field. That's what we have now. It's
Very
gonna be
good.
great.
So proud of the young woman you become, Caroline. I tell you, because I remember when you were younger, honey, and you have definitely evolved, and you continue to push yourself. You continue to encourage your peers, and that's always beautiful to see.
Yes, ma'am.
This is Caroline Martin, ladies and gentlemen. We've got Madison Rochelle here, a senior who I have affectionately nicknamed Dimples. How are you, darling?
I'm good, Miss Pat.
Good to see you.
It's good to see you too.
Now, this is our first time, you and I, right?
Yes, ma'am. I've never had an interview with you before.
This is bittersweet. You're a senior now.
I know.
Okay, Madison. So tell us all a little bit about you, okay? And let us know about the things you've been involved in and how your experience has been with the Raider Brigade. You ready?
All right. I started with the Raider Brigade when I was in 5th grade.
Mm-hmm.
I actually tried out for percussion first, and I didn't go too well. And then I was like, well, I'll try out with trombone, and it just instantly, I just loved it.
Wow.
So I've been there ever since. Moved up through the ranks, and now here I am, a senior. I primarily only do band. It's my favorite thing,
Mm-hmm.
and then I just focus on my academics and work.
I love that. And so here it is now, Madison, the 5th grade. We talk about how important it is to start early.
Mm-hmm.
And, to have the bands in the elementary school, 5th grade. And how has that helped you as a musician?
I guess learning from such a young age, you get it kind of ingrained in your brain, and it's easier to go along in the years.
Mm-hmm.
And then our grade has been with Mr. Horn since 7th grade. We had Dukes before that.
So that relationship has been there for a long time. And what about the ones with the band members? How is that for you? Are you really a family?
I am.
Yeah.
I love my section. I love everybody else in the band. I try to make it a really nice, homey environment whenever I'm around them. All smiles, jokes, having fun.
And there's one thing that we have not been able to do lately, and that's been the parades. How much have you loved being in the parades?
I do miss the parades. They are so fun, seeing all the people, all the kids watching you, just trying to be an inspiration to them.
And
I love it.
And I think that for me, every time I would see you all, just even in the background getting ready, I get so excited.
Yeah.
And that adrenaline rush that we all get when you're performing, how is it for you?
It's just kind of like you're just on cloud 9. You're playing,
Right.
You're playing to the crowd, and it's just, and it's a whole different story on Friday nights. Whenever you're into it on halftime, and you're so pumped up about the game and your halftime and your performance. You play so loud, and you don't even think about it, and you're going through it, and it's amazing.
That energy level has got to be high.
It is.
And as a leader, what is your leadership style like? Because you want to make sure that your section is up to par, up to standard, doing what they need to do. How is your leadership in talking to your peers?
I try to be very open with them and where they can come to me, and I'm a very happy person. I'm never really aggravated or mad at them, just because I know everybody makes mistakes and they're easy fixes always.
Always.
But there's always the times where you have to be a little stern, get in line, and I'm just there. I'm their section leader, and they know it, but I'm also their friend.
In other words, don't let these dimples fool you.
Yes, ma'am.
What's changed about you? Because, as time progresses, you always want to see yourself become a better person. What things have you had to really work on to be the young woman that you are today?
Probably my openness toward others. Making myself more open where people can come up to me and talk to me. And
to be more
have a good
available.
time. Yes.
Wow.
That's it.
And that means a lot. Because during this day and time, and especially this age, we sometimes tend to kind of close ourselves off a little bit. And so when you do open yourself up, that invites those younger people to be able to glean from you, which is something pretty awesome.
I do love them.
We know you do, Dimples. We know you do, but you got to give that tough love, right?
I do.
What are you looking at after high school? What's it looking like for you?
My job currently is at Muddy Paws, Dublin, the dog boarding and grooming place. I'm one of their kennel techs, and I've grown to love the occupation.
Yes.
I love working with animals, and I would love to become a kennel technician. Well, I'm already a kennel technician. I would love to become a vet tech in the future.
Look at that. And you can help us with our little cat Prince.
Bring him on to me in the future. I got him.
And you know, what do you want to say to your family? Because family support is very important. And especially being where you are now, the things that we've gone through, having family there means everything.
I'm so thankful from coming from a band background. My mom, she played trumpet, she was first chair.
Oh, nice.
My dad was in percussion, he played tenor. My brother saxophone, and my sister, she was on front ensemble. Just being surrounded and immersed in that universe of musicality, just having it all around me, and then being so supported with my ideas of going into the band.
Love, love, love. There's nothing like family, is it?
No, there isn't. They're the best.
And nothing like the Raider Brigade family.
Nothing like it.
It's been a pleasure chatting with you.
You too, Miss Pat.
Madison, a.k.a. Dimples.
Allen's Heating and Cooling is your licensed Amana equipment dealer. Trust Allen's Heating and Cooling to install and service your heating and cooling unit. Allen services all brands, and with the purchase of a new Amana, offers a lifetime compressor warranty. Call Sean Clark or any of his friendly staff at Allen's Heating and Cooling, your Amana dealer. Amana lasts and lasts and lasts.
The way the world is today, go, 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 go. Things just seem so out of control. That's why the things we can control are so important. That's why we're members of our electric co-op. The whole reason the co-op exists is to bring us the electricity we need. So they look out for us. They invest in the best technology you can get, just to keep the power on. Not because they have to. They actually do it because it's the right thing to do.
We've got Valerie Harrison with us, who is a percussion captain, whom I interviewed back when you were a freshman. Hey, Valerie.
Hi.
Good to see you.
Good to see you too.
Remind us a little bit about you, Valerie. Tell us some things you've been involved in, any kind of clubs. Tell us about what this journey has been like for you as a musician and now as a leader.
Well, in band, I played bass and then I played snare. This is my first year as band leadership, and I'm the percussion captain. I'm also the vice president of drama club, and I'm also president of the technology club, TSA.
Oh my goodness, Valerie. You are so gifted, you're so talented, you're so creative, and now here it is as a leader. Did you ever think that when you first started off as a musician that you would be where you are now?
I definitely dreamed about it, but
Yeah.
if you told me when I was a freshman that it would actually happen, I wouldn't have believed you.
You know what we're going to need to do? We're going to have to go back and look at your first interview and do a comparison of how you've progressed. And then you're a thespian. You're talking about drama. You know that's what I love. How does that help you come out of your shell, being able to perform on stage?
It definitely helped me get used to crowds. Back when I was a freshman, I was very timid and shy, but now I can really put myself out there because I've performed in front of crowds, like little, small, big crowds.
And you and I kind of chatted before how that really makes us be able to just come out of those shells to especially be another character. It just allows us to have so much freedom there. TSA, that is a great, great organization. That mind of yours has to always be so creative and working. What has being involved in extracurricular activities, how has that helped you evolve as a person?
It's definitely made me well-rounded. It's put me in different situations for adaptability, and it's helped me explore more regions of like activities that I never thought I would do. Like I code for a robot now, and I never thought I'd be able to do that.
Oh my gosh. And so here it is, you're a leader in the Raider Brigade. How do you really get your section leaders to actually listen to you so that you all could really be effective out there when you're performing?
Well, servitude, leadership, and leading by example is one of my biggest things. I'm not here to boss you around or to tell you what to do. I'm here to show you what to do and how to do it.
And I love that. So Valerie, here it is. You're a senior. These are some very bittersweet moments. I know we say that word, we throw it around, but it's still the truth when you're talking about that senior year. There's a lot of things that you're going to, transition from. And so what are your plans after high school?
I plan to go to either UGA or Georgia Southern, and I want to participate in their marching bands, but ultimately I want to graduate with a Bachelor in Fine Arts, and so I can continue my love for the theatrical arts, performing arts, and such like that.
You see me clutching my pearls, don't you? I love that. And when you're talking about pursuing the creative aspects of what you do, that is part of what makes you come alive. And to be able to pursue that at the next level is just another step of you coming alive. And so what are you going to miss most about high school, your high school experience?
Definitely the people that I've interacted with all these 4 years, whether I've met them this year or I met them my freshman year. It's definitely going to be something I miss, seeing them every day and working with them to whether put on a show in halftime or to put on a theatrical show in front of a large crowd. And that's my favorite part of it.
For sure. And your intentions, you're hoping to continue that. Yes. Well, you've got to definitely keep in touch with us, Valerie, because here it is, what has happened in you, how you have transformed. There's so many other young people who are kind of, some are wallflowers to where they're very introverted, and it's difficult for them to be able to be self-expressive. So what kind of words of encouragement would you like to give to those young people, because you see the benefits of being able to be active and what that does for you from the inside out?
Definitely don't let your shyness dominate what you want to do. If you want to do something but you don't feel sure about it, do it anyways. I mean, if it goes wrong, it goes wrong, but that's something you can learn from. If you're shy and you don't want to really talk to people, go up to some person, start small, like one person, talk to them. It actually really helps, starting small and getting big, even though it doesn't seem like it would.
And here it is, you're living that. And so you know that formula works, don't you?
Yes, sir.
Well, Valerie, I'm so proud of you, so proud of what you've accomplished so far, so proud of how you have truly, you're coming into your own. And we're so excited about what the future holds for you, young lady.
Thank you.
Keep in touch with us.
Yes, sir.
This is the lovely Valerie Harrison. This has really been such a great show. I mean, getting the opportunity to meet some of the young people part of the Raider Brigade has been quite special, and hearing their stories and their journeys has been quite awesome. We've got Evan Carr with us to my left, a senior now.
Yes, ma'am.
Wow.
Yep.
How you doing, Ev?
Making it.
You are making it.
Yep.
Talk to us a little bit about how your journey's been going, things you've been involved in, and now where you are in your leadership position.
Well, I've been in band since 5th grade. It's been going good because I had my oldest brother to look up to, even my middle brother, because they grew up in band. So I've always been around music, and I just kind of grew up around it. So
whole family.
Whole family.
And so, starting at the 5th grade, how have you changed as a musician? How have you evolved? How have you
I've
improved?
I've grown a lot.
Yeah. Were you any good starting off?
It was a meh kind of deal with it.
Yeah.
So.
Right. And here you are.
Yeah.
And tell us what your position is now.
I'm a co-captain for drumline.
Co-captain for drumline. So
yes,
tell us what that involves, Evan.
Well, if our actual drum captain misses day, I'll be back up. So I'll take over leadership role. But I have a leadership role, just not as high up as the leadership role.
But you're doing it though.
Yes, ma'am.
And so your senior year, man, this is supposed to be
the year.
The year. How's it been going for you with all the changes, all the things that we've been experiencing? Have you been trying to make the best of it?
We're trying to make the best of it, but it's been a difficult road so far because last year it was kind of rough. But this year started off rough since we had the game canceled last week with everybody missing. But all these quarantines is making it a rough road.
Yeah, it's been rough, hasn't it?
Yes,
and and the thing is, when you're trying to do what you love but still be safe, it's been difficult here.
Yes.
And so you're talking about let's talk about the relationships that you've made.
Yes, ma'am.
You're performing in the band with family members.
Yes, ma'am.
Literally blood kin
Literally.
and families that you've known each other for years. Talk to us about that bond that you all have.
There's a good special group of us that are all we're really good friends. You'll ask some of us, we're like blood brothers and sisters. It's just we're super tight. Even before games, drumline before games, we'll go eat because it's a tradition that's been here for forever. And so we just try to keep that tradition going. But we even have people come in from other sections to eat with us. because we're all super close like that.
That's good. And what are you involved in besides the Raider Brigade?
I play golf.
You're a golfer. You're on the golf team here?
Yes, ma'am.
How good are you?
I'm all right. Not the best, but all right.
And for you, being active, how important is that for you for your sanity?
It keeps my mental state very calm.
Yeah.
It helps a lot because golf is a calm sport.
Mhm.
Unless you're not doing good, then it can get your mindset messed up.
And you can throw some clubs here and there.
Basically. I haven't had that happen yet,
Yeah.
maybe. So,
Your family support system.
yes, ma'am.
Tell us about them.
They love it. They're always behind me 24/7. Like, I'll talk to my brothers, I'll talk to my dad, my stepmom, and they're like, if you want to do it, you can do it. Put your mindset to
Mhm.
it, and you got it.
And you know, when you look at the crowds at the football stands, you see a lot of those parents and family members that are supporting that Raider Brigade. And so
Yes.
you all truly bring in a crowd.
Yeah. I've had people come up to me, like, in the past year or two and be like, I really only come for the halftime show. I don't care much about football,
Mhm.
but the halftime show, that's always been a special show,
Yeah. So the lights and the lights on you.
basically.
Do you find that adrenaline rushes and you get that excitement builds up whenever you're getting ready to perform? Or do you have to build up to it?
Freshman year, sophomore year, I was very nervous about going out there on the field, but it was like a mental switch. Last year, it was just like it's a habit, natural. It just kind of feels right now.
Yeah.
To be out there on the field
Feels
during
right.
halftime.
And so when you're not golfing, when you're not in the band, when you're not doing your schoolwork, what does Evan do to kind of decompress, to kind of just relax?
Honestly, I'm either at home in my bed or out fishing,
Fishing and sleeping.
basically.
Love that. And so for after senior year, what's next for you?
I'll be going to Central Georgia Technical College.
Mhm.
I'll be taking their A&P mechanics class, which is airframe and power plant mechanics.
Oh, wow. That's
Yep.
impressive.
Yes.
I've got a mechanic son up in Ackworth, and so that's quite impressive.
Yes, ma'am.
Anything else you want the people to know about you, Evan?
Not much.
You're loving what you do?
I'm loving it.
Living the dream?
life. Living life.
All right, Evan, congratulations on all that you're doing and
Yes,
what's
ma'am.
yet to come.
Thank you.
This is Evan, ladies and gentlemen.
My name is Phil Patel. I am one of the part owners here and the general manager here at the Hampton Inn and Suites. First time when I got introduced to Morris Bank, the people were so friendly and helpful. You feel like that you are appreciated there. At Morris Bank, everybody down at the bank is so friendly, and not just to myself, they're just friendly to everybody. They want us to succeed because our success is their success at the same time. That makes a lot of difference, and they're always there for us.
Hey, I'm Tom Dominy with Devlin Wind Nelson, and we're a full-service wholesaler specializing in plumbing, irrigation, and industrial products. We are committed to building long-term relationships with our customers by earning your business every day. With a staff that collectively offers more than 50 years of expertise, our team knows your industry and is able to answer your questions and is ready to help you get the parts and equipment you need. At Devlin Wind Nelson, our goal is the long-term success of your business. We achieve that goal with a simple commitment to doing things right, one customer at a time. So come by and see us at Dublin Wind Nelson, 507 Airport Road, or give us a call at 478-272-3585, or stop by and see our website at dublinwindnelson.com.
We've got Jackson Dollar here, who is definitely not a stranger to leadership. How are you today?
I'm doing great. How are you?
Doing well. Now, you've been at this for a while.
Yes, ma'am. I've been a section leader for the Sousaphones for 3 years now, ever since sophomore year.
That's impressive, Jackson.
Yes, ma'am.
Remind us a little bit about you. Tell us about your family, things you've been involved in here.
My parents are Bert and Lisa Dollar. They both work in the school system.
Mhm.
Because of that, we have summers off, and so we travel the United States.
Nice.
Last summer, we visited the last of the 48 continental states.
Oh, my goodness.
We finished up with Utah.
How does that fit? I mean, you're a man of the world then, Jackson,
Yes,
aren't you?
ma'am.
You are. And tell us, what extracurricular activities are you involved in besides the Raider Brigade?
I'm involved in tennis program. I've been doing tennis for 5 years now, and I'm also very active in the Beta, Anchor, and NHS clubs. I'm the president this year for the Beta Club, for the NHS club, and then I'm the treasurer for the Beta Club.
Look at that. So you've got such great leadership positions already. Beta, National
Yes,
Honor
ma'am.
Society. You're playing tennis. We've seen each other many times, haven't we?
Yes, ma'am, we have.
How do you keep the balance of everything? And two, having parents who are educators, how do you keep everything balanced, Jackson?
It's difficult. It's a lot of hard work and making sure that I'm properly not spending too much time on one thing, because I like spending time with my friends and my family as well, and I'm active in my church community. as well. But it's definitely been difficult also keeping up grades with, but I am salutatorian this year so far.
You're
so
killing
far.
it. You're killing it,
But
man.
it's a lot of making sure that I'm splitting my time evenly with.
Yeah.
So basically, my daily routine is I come home from this and I'll work on schoolwork for about 2 hours, spend time with family 2 hours, do anything church related, tennis. I try to get tennis in. I'm off tennis season 3 to 4 times a week.
So you're kind of really constantly working.
I don't get a lot of free time.
You really don't. Are you an only child, or do you have other siblings?
I have a younger sister. She's in the band this year. She's a freshman.
She's got her big brother in the band with her. How does that feel for you, and especially for your family, to be able to have both of you in the? This is the time, the only time where you're going to be in there at the same time. How do they feel about all that?
For me, I personally enjoy it because we have a pretty close relationship. But so it's been very nice getting extra time with her, driving her to school and all that. And for some odd reason, our friend groups are both pretty close because my friends, our siblings are her friends, and so it just kind of fits in together. And so for football games before and sometimes after, we'll go out to eat, and it's just a big old group. And I'm pretty sure they hate it when we come because it's about 15 people.
Oh my gosh! How important is it for the relationships that you have? How important are they for you?
Top priority right there. Right under God, my relationship with my friends and family come number one.
And your church. Tell us where you go to church.
Pine Forest.
Pine Forest. That's a great church. And so here it is. You got so many moving pieces, Jackson. You hardly have find time to kind of decompress, but you have found a way to make it all work.
Yes, ma'am.
What do you love most about being in the Raider Brigade?
Definitely the stand tunes and just the feeling of adrenaline and cheering on the team whenever we're playing, the Friday night lights, just the whole sensation of being part of a large sense of community and a second family.
And there's such an energy that comes from all of this,
Yes,
isn't
ma'am.
it? And now here it is now, your senior year, you're going to be gone soon. You're going to be graduating, turning that
ma'am.
tassel. Jackson, what are your plans?
My plans right now are to attend Texas A&M in
Nice.
College Station,
Nice. And what do you want to major in?
pre-pharmacy.
Oh my goodness, you're making mom and daddy proud
Yes, ma'am.
already. Already. Well, anything else you want us to know about you? Anything else you want to share?
No, ma'am.
3 years in a leadership position, Jackson.
Yes, ma'am.
You have learned a lot, and so many have gained so much knowledge from you, and you still have a lot more to give.
Yes, ma'am. One more year.
All right, congratulations to you,
Thank you.
Mr. Jackson Dollar. It always gives me great pleasure when I get to interview some of my classmates' kids. And we've got Evan Wyatt here with us, a junior. How are you, Evan?
I'm doing good. How about you?
Doing well. You've sprouted.
A little bit.
I mean, I think when we did the interview last, you were seated at the piano. I didn't realize you were as tall as you are.
Yeah, these things happen. I'll
They
put it
do
that way.
happen. Oh my gosh. Evan, talk to us a little bit about you. Share about your family and tell us about your history as a musician and your experience here in the Raider Brigade.
Well, my mom and my dad, Dana Wyatt and Richard Wyatt. My dad works at the Lawrence Baptist Association, and my mom is a professor at MGA. And I'd say my career as a musician all started around back in 2nd grade when my dad pointed to me across the room in the dining room and showed me what I thought was a filing cabinet, but then he lifted it up and it was a piano. So I sat down and I messed around with it, and eventually my mom decided to start getting me lessons. And I've been playing piano ever since 2nd grade since then, and that just kept translating, because what I play, vibraphone and marimba, it's all the same as the piano, except it's more like using 2 fingers instead of 10.
Oh my gosh. And for you, you've been playing for so long. And in what ways have you improved as a musician?
I mean, I'd say it started about when Miss Patricia Nuss, she's my piano teacher currently after my first one retired.
She's outstanding.
She knows her stuff, to put it that way, and after I started taking from her, I'd say my knowledge just exploded. It was exponential growth from there, and it translated into technical skill and understanding more.
Yes.
And so after that, I just knew more. I had more of a field experience.
And Evan, when you and I talk, I always think of you as a teacher. Like a music teacher, I always think of you as that. And so here it is, you have truly, you've evolved, you've been doing this for so many years. And how do you help the younger people, the ones in your section, how do you help them to become better?
So starting this year, I was the section leader of front ensemble, which means now that I'm a leader. I have to lead all the other kids who play these different instruments that I know well. And at first, it was a little bit of a struggle. You know, it was all playing patience inside my head. But after a while, you know, they started learning more and more and more, and I could see the growth coming from here to there because just taking it step by step, learning more and more, and after a while, they're just off on their own. They're flying away because they know they've learned.
And so how does it feel for you whenever you're performing in front of large groups of people? How does that feel for you, Evan?
I mean, it's wonderful. I mean, it's great, especially in the parts, because normally the instrument I play is a bit quiet, but especially in the tender parts when you can really hear it. And when I can hear the rest of my section play, I know that I've done something great because we're all there, we're playing together, and the music is coming to life.
Yeah. And so here it is, you're a junior. You still have another year to be a part of this Raider Brigade.
That's right.
And for you to have started so young, do you see what that's done for you as a musician as far as the growth that has transpired in you? And for the ones who started a little later, do you see how you're having to really help some?
Yeah, like I said a minute ago, it's a little bit, when I started teaching, I had to catch my tongue and realize, wait, they don't already know that. That may be second nature for me, but you know, got to take a couple steps back and try again.
Yeah.
Because that's just how it is. Sometimes you don't see what you know and what they don't.
That's right, and that makes you a great teacher when you're able to kind of step back and see the big picture of things. And so, you know, your senior year is going to be coming around soon, and of course the junior year, you're having to kind of think about things about what you're planning on doing in your future. What does your future look like, Evan?
I would love to attend Shorter University and take their music education degree there.
Oh, that's a great program.
And I would love to study at a conservatory afterwards if I can help it, and I would like to teach a high school band or a college band like this one.
Didn't I tell you I already saw that on you?
Yes.
Even from years ago, even just a few minutes ago. You're talking to me, I'm like, are you the teacher? So it's definitely in you, Evan. We're so proud of you, the humility that comes from the giftings that you have, and you don't take it lightly. And of course, you're a preacher's kid too. So
don't say it out loud.
Don't say it out loud. Pressure. But you come from such a great family, and we're so proud of not only the legacy that you come from, but the legacy that you're leaving behind.
Well, thank you.
Thank you so much. Ladies and gentlemen, this is Evan Wyatt.
Georgia Dermatology and Skin Cancer Center has been serving Georgia since 1996. Dr. Michael Sharkey, along with PAs Tony Lynn Herring, Rachel Westerbeck, Alan Manning, and Kelly Toller, have helped patients with Mohs skin cancer surgery, routine skin exams, and general and surgical dermatology. So come see the professionals at Georgia Dermatology and Skin Cancer Center, located in Aaron Office Park in Dublin. Call for an appointment today at 275-7546.
Maybe he landed here totally by coincidence. But if by chance he's admiring your fresh coat of Benjamin Moore soft sky blue, well, that's a pretty high compliment. Coming from an expert.
Quality products and installations since 1985. That's 4 Seasons.
We've got the lovely Corey Rickerson with us. How are you?
I'm doing wonderful. How are you doing?
Good to see you.
Good to see you too.
We see each other all the time.
All the time.
And here we are now.
We can never get rid of each other.
I know, honey, we're destined. So Corey, talk to us a little bit about you and your involvement here at West Lawrence and what you do in the Raider Brigade.
So I've been in the band since I was in the 5th grade, and I am the drumline co-captain, along with I'm the captain of the entire bass line. Basically, I help out where I'm needed to the entire drum line, but I'm also over everyone in the bass line, so I have to sorry, I'm talking fast.
No, you're good.
Okay, I have to I told I talk fast a lot. I have to make sure that my bass line is where we're supposed to be, and whatever our captain tells us we have to learn in 2 days, I have to make sure that everybody learns it in those 2 days. So my line is correct, along with going around and helping everybody else if they need me.
How has that been for you? How's that been?
It's been pretty awesome, really, because I've been bass captain for 2 years, and my maybe my baseline. I love everybody that I'm in charge of in the line. They're all great, and they're all super fast learners. They've made it incredibly easy for me along the way to help them out. And I couldn't ask for a better line than I have right now.
And you've been a musician since the 5th grade.
Yes, ma'am.
What instrument or instruments do you play?
Well, I'm only pretty much in percussion. I've been on the bass drum since when I was in the 6th grade, and they introduced us to marching instruments. I just knew that that's where I fit in from that moment. The first time I hit the drum, I was like, this is where I need to be the rest of my career, because it just fits me so well. And I bring out the big one during football games, just because I just feel that's where I'm supposed to be whenever I play.
For sure. And what do you love most about being a part of this Raider Brigade?
It's just a great feeling. Like whenever you're playing on Friday nights, it's just this warm, like you feel like everyone around you is your family, and you just it's everything. It's just a wonderful feeling to be a part of something so massive and something so wonderful that I hope a lot of people in our district enjoy watching us.
And I think people, certainly when you play certain songs, that it gets quite emotional.
Yes, very. The prayer songs, even though like the drum line isn't a part of the prayer songs, like Amazing Grace and all that, it tugs my heartstrings, you know, a little bit. It really does. Whenever we're just standing there and just listening, and I'm like, this is awesome that we can create this.
And how important it is for you to have the family support?
It's incredible, because, you know, my brother was in the band. He graduated 2 years ago, and I'm still kind of known as his little sister around here. But my parents are amazing supporters, and along with my grandparents and everything, they're just always there in the stands. They sit in the same place every single game.
Look at that.
And they just sit and watch me, and they just cheer me on and take plenty of pictures for me.
And I can tell you this, like when you have people in the stands watching you, like they get not only emotional, but just the excitement.
Yes, because my mom's always one of the ones that stand up during pregame and claps her hands and everything. Yeah. And she tries to get everybody else up with her, and it just makes me feel good that she's there watching me.
For sure. And you know, you're going to be graduating.
Yeah, don't remind me. It makes me sad to think about.
It does. I mean, I know that, and that's the inevitable thing, to where you have built so many relationships here with people here at the school, outside of school, and now you're with every day you're transitioning. Yeah. And so what are your plans after you turn that tassel?
My plan out of this point is to go, I have this like design expert type of thing, and so I really want to go to the Savannah College of Art and Design. That's one of my dream schools. That's my.
I love that.
Yeah, and I want to go into either fashion design or interior design, because that's one of my. I've always just had a passion for stuff like that.
Corey, I love you even the more. I mean, SCAD is such a great institution, and it's where, you know, going into those fields, it's going to allow you to be, that creativity that's in you is going to be able to just sprout.
Yeah, I've toured the school many times. It's so beautiful there. I hope I can achieve it.
Oh yeah, wonderful. Anything else you want to share with us?
No, I don't think so. Well, I think I'm pretty good here.
You are pretty good here. Well, it's always great to see you, and now for us to actually chat and hear a little bit more about you, and still hear that great excitement that you feel when you're on that field, and the lives that you're touching and the people you are connecting with is also special.
Yes, ma'am.
All right, thank you so much. This is Corey, ladies and gentlemen. We are transitioning to the dance line. We've got the lovely Ava Geyer with us. How are you?
I'm good. How about you?
Doing well. This is your senior year.
Yes, ma'am, it is.
All right, Ava, you've got to give us a rundown of your life, if you would. Tell us about how your high school career has gone. Tell us about your family, and let us know about what it's been like for you being on the dance line.
So I have been in the Lawrence County system since 3rd grade. I have a sister who is tenor captain. She is a junior. I also have a brother who is a sophomore and plays saxophone. As of high school, I am completing my degree at Georgia Military College in mathematics, and then I have a mother named Yvonne Geyer and a dad named Matthew Geyer.
Ava, this is so exciting. I mean, college student, high school student, you're a dancer, you've got family members who are musicians. I bet that house gets turned. Did it used to get turned? Like, did y'all play
Yes.
it? Oh, I love that. I love it. Now, what about your parents? Are they musicians, dancers, singers?
My mom was in color guard whenever she was in high school, and my dad was in the jazz band whenever he was in high school.
Ava, you are following right along in your family's footstep, just like they want you to.
Yes, ma'am.
And so for you, as a senior now, and you're dual enrolled, how has that been to be able to balance everything that you do?
It's definitely not easy. There's days that I just want to hang out with friends, go to sleep, and not do schoolwork, but What motivates me is the end goal, finally get the degree and make money.
Money, honey. I love it, Ava. And now you've been a dancer for how long? Or what type dancing do you specialize in?
Just really dance line here. I was studio through middle school and some of high school, but whenever I got into high school, I decided just to focus really on high school dance line here.
And what are the relationships like for you and your girls? Are you all like sisters?
Yes, the girls on the team are awesome. I could not ask for a better team.
And you know, we often talk about how important it is for young people to be involved in extracurricular activities and building those relationships and building those connections. How has that affected you?
Honestly, I would not be here if it weren't for the girls that I have danced with.
Yeah.
They're awesome.
And you know, you all have really had to dance through a lot of stuff, because when we've been dealing with this pandemic, and it really has been very difficult to navigate through things.
Absolutely.
And you all have to really motivate one another and be one another's cheerleaders. And how do you do that, Ava?
I always try to think positive. Everybody on the team is so positive. They always think logically about things and realize that a lot of it isn't really in our control.
Yeah.
And we just have to adjust, especially since COVID, whether we have a game or not, we just try to keep going headstrong.
That's right. And this is your senior year. Moments are going to be sweet and moments that are going to be a little bit bitter. How's this year been going for you when you're kind of really taking it all in, knowing that these are the last days of you competing at this level?
I just always act like it's my last day here. Try to take it on with a positive attitude, like I said earlier. And even though it didn't really go as planned from freshman year, senior year is going to be great. It's still been perfect.
Yes. And so what are your future endeavors looking like, Ava?
I plan on graduating and either going to Georgia Southern University or the University of Georgia with a major in chemistry, going to dental school, and specializing in special needs students.
I love that. You've already mapped it out, haven't you?
Yes, ma'am.
Well, Ava, we're so proud of you. We're so excited about what the future holds for you. Continue being that light to shine brightly for others to see, okay?
Yes, ma'am.
Ladies and gentlemen, this is Ava Geyer.
Badcock Home Furniture and More is your home store, where you'll find great savings on new living room sets, sofas, love seats, recliners, and more. Badcock Home Furniture and More has great savings every day on bedding and bedroom sets. Shop Badcock Home Furniture and More for a great selection of dining room sets. And save every day on electronics and appliances at Badcock Home Furniture and More, 1927 Highway 441 South in Dublin. Call 275-3144 for more information, or stop by and see Wendy and Tim Sumner or any of their friendly staff today at Badcock and More Home Furniture Store, where no credit is ever refused.
It's nothing personal. It's just business.
Hello?
That's how some people do things.
Right away.
To us, everything we do is personal. Because anyone can answer the call. It's who shows up that matters most. That's the quality of your independent agent and the company that stands behind them.
Ask Curry Maffett Insurance in Dublin if auto owners make sense for you.
We've got Hannah Mcdaniel with us, who is the feature twirler here and has the cutest bun ever. How are you, Hannah?
I'm good. How are you?
Good. Nice to see you.
Nice to see you too.
Share with us about you, Hannah. We need to know your life story.
Okay, well, as a majorette, I've been twirling for 8 years. And I've been on the majorette line here at West Lawrence High School for 3 years, and now I'm the feature twirler. I've been going to West Lawrence for my whole life. So,
And what has this experience been like for you?
As feature twirler or just in general?
Your life. Here it is, you're a senior now. What are the things that you're involved in other than being the majorette?
Well, I was Distinguished Young Woman of Dodge County for this year and went and represented at state. So, and I've been involved in a lot of clubs. I'm beta historian, just trying to be involved.
Hannah, that's special. Like, you're doing a lot of things, you're staying active, and now here it is, all this hard work, and the spotlight is on you. Do you get nervous when it's time to perform?
I do get nervous, but it's a good nervous. It makes you excited to do it, and it really shows me like how much I love twirling. So.
That's like that adrenaline rush.
Yes.
I remember from a few years back, I went to, there was a band camp, and I went to the majorettes, and I always told them, I said, yeah, when I was a kid, I used to want to be a majorette. That's why I wanted you to go get your baton so I could live vicariously through you. And so here it is, your senior year. If you could look back over your life when you were a freshman, when you first started out, what has evolved in you to make you a better person?
Oh, I've definitely become more confident for sure, and I've learned to enjoy life, good and bad, and to just stay positive, especially like this year and last year, you know. But it's good to look forward to things, even if you don't know what's going to happen, and to just be like, you know, at least I got to do it for a little bit.
That anticipation, and you said something about enjoying life. You know, a lot of people have a difficult time just really relaxing, enjoying life. And you know, for older people out there, it's important that you realize that, you know, life is short. With all of us, life is short, and so many things have been happening, and it's important to be able to live every day to the fullest.
It is.
And so when you think back, you're like, okay, now, after I leave high school, some people say I'm not going to miss anything. What are you going to miss the most when you leave?
I'm probably going to miss some of my teachers the most. You know, you have a big, strong support system here. If you need something, you just say, I'm going to go to that teacher. I'm going to go to my coach. I'm going to go to my girls, you know, on the team. But after high school, you separate, you leave. You don't, it's not sure that you're going to have that anymore.
Because, I mean, I think with life that things do change. And I think that we tend to evolve when you go from high school to college. That's a whole different realm, a whole different realm of people and environment, and that's you being pushed to the next level. And so what kind of encouraging words you want to give to those young ladies out there? Because you have a lot of young girls that look up to you, and I think as seniors you have to realize that you are considered leaders and mentors, whether you like it or not. And so what words of encouragement do you want to give to those underclassmen?
I would say don't be afraid to lead, don't be afraid to step up, and don't be afraid to be confident, because you're gonna be very thankful that you were confident and that you took the chances you did later in life. So.
And that's exactly what you're doing, aren't you, Hannah?
I'm trying to.
Well, we're so proud of you. Congratulations on the achievements that you've already accomplished and the things that are yet to come for you, okay?
I'm excited.
All right, you're going to have to teach me a little bit of twirling. I'm serious, between me and
Come
you.
to practice. You can do
Air
it.
conditioned, though.
Okay, that works.
Ladies and gentlemen, this is Hannah. Thank you, baby. We've got the senior head color guard captain with us, Tamara Freeman. How are you?
I'm good. How are you?
Doing well. Nice to see you.
Nice to see you too.
Now, seeing Dr. Freeman's little baby child. So, Tamara, share with us a little bit about you and your family and how your career, I would say, has expanded with the color guard.
Well, I've been doing color guard since I've been in middle school, so I've been doing this for a long time now. You know, my mom is Tamara Freeman. She works at middle school at West Lawrence Middle School. And my dad is Johnny Freeman. A lot of people probably know him because he's well known. And my sister, her name is Maria Robertson, works at Tafara. So if y'all need a little glam look or whatever, you know, please go see her, please.
She is fantastic.
Yes. So yeah, that's really much.
And so here it is, you've been doing this for many years. And what other things are you involved in here at the high school?
Really just this. I did used to do color, not color, but chorus. I did used to do chorus a long time ago. But I really kind of evolved over the years, kind of lost interest in it. But, you know, color guard is my main focus really this year. So.
And so here it is. How have you changed? This is the question I do ask, especially seniors. How have you seen yourself change through the years? Because really, you are a leader. You're in a leadership role. There are girls that look up to you. And so how have you evolved into what the woman that you are today?
Well, over the years of leadership, I've kind of watched the leadership of color guard and how they do things, and kind of caught on to things and kind of taking that in by myself, you know, making me the leadership that I am today.
Right.
So I give that all to them, because I wouldn't, you know, be the person I am without them. So.
And, you know, you may look at color guard and think, oh, I can do that.
Yeah.
I went to your camp one day. I might have given myself a concussion trying to twirl that. And it's not even lightweight. It's something that, and you've got to have the rhythm. You've got to be in sync. And so when you all are preparing, how strenuous does that have to get for you all to be able to show that perfection on that field?
You have to make sure that you're really focused, because color guard, you know, some people will think it's just easy just as twirling a flag, but that's not all it is, because we do weapons, we also do palms. It's a lot that goes in color guard, and it's like you have to have a lot of arm strength and body strength and technique too that goes into all of that too. So.
And how do you motivate these girls?
Really, you just got to be the best captain, and as a bigger sister, kind of to them, you know, motivate them that they can do better, to be their own person, you know, don't hold back, you know, because, I mean, they're on this earth for a reason, so, you know, it's only right that, you know, have confidence in yourself, so.
And you know, when people come to the shoe, and I mean, all eyes are on you all, what feeling do you get, and how do you get any kind of nerves or whatever worked out in order to do the best that you can?
Really, I just do the best that I can, and it's really a great feeling because I get this adrenaline running. Like I'm finna do this routine, and it's gonna be all that I've got, and it really just takes over. Like I don't know how to explain it.
And when the crowd sees you, I mean, I'm sure that pushes you up to another level, doesn't it?
Yeah, it does. It does.
And as a senior, these are bittersweet times,
right,
for you. And so, you know, when you look at what's next for you, have you been making plans for your future?
Yeah, well, as of right now, I've been attending GMC for dual enrollment and stuff like that. So I've kind of decided to stay here for a year or two to kind of figure out all my core classes down here before I try to, you know, go off somewhere, you know. So, but I do want to get into dermatology or even a travel nurse. So, yeah, so.
Look at you, a high school student, a college student, and here you are wanting to get into the medical field. Take care of my skin, right?
Yes.
Anything else you want the people of Dublin Lawrence County to know?
Really, there's no better thing than Red Brigade, so that's all I got to say.
Wonderful, and have leaders like you, which makes it extra special. Well, we're so proud of you.
Thank you.
And we're so proud of what is yet to come for you. All right, Tamara Freeman, ladies and gentlemen, the head senior captain. Here we go.
Progressive Rural Telephone Co-op offers a full range of communication products and services to its members in Lawrence County and surrounding areas. We take pride in being your total communications provider, and we work hard to provide quality services at the best prices. In addition to offering phone service, we provide high-speed internet and digital high-def TV. And we always strive to put our members first. Progressive Rural, your total communications company. Small enough to know you, large enough to serve you. ProgressiveTel.com. Call 478-984-4201 or stop by 890 Simpson Avenue in Renss. Progressive Rural Telephone Co-op.
At Dexter Meat Company, we provide high quality, custom cut, certified Angus beef, and it's cut fresh every day. At Dexter Meat, we're known for our classic favorites, including barbecue meals, whole hogs, chicken, ribs, and get this, everyone's favorite, pimento cheese by the pound, baked potato salad, buttermilk biscuits, peach, blueberry, apple, and blackberry cobbler, cakes, honey, mac and cheese, green bean casserole, and more. Are you hungry yet? Too busy to cook this week? Then call 875-1234 and let Dexter Meat feed your family of 4 or 400. Dexter Meat, closed on Monday and open 10 till 6 Tuesday through Saturday. Check us out on Facebook or online at DexterMeatCompany.com. Dexter Meat, winners of the Georgia Barbecue Association Team of the Year. We are Dexter Meat Company in downtown Dexter.
We've got the lovely Miss Lyric Williams with us, co-captain here for the Color Guard. How are you?
Good.
Good to see you.
Good to see you too.
You know, she and I was just chatting a little bit. You know, your name is Lyric, so it must have been written in the heavens that you were going to sing, weren't you?
Yes, ma'am. Everybody told me that.
Share with us, Lyric, about you and your family, and talk to us about things you're involved in here at West Lawrence High School.
Okay, well, my mom's name is Angel Williams, and my grandmother's name is Murdis Williams. And really, all I do here is color guard, and I participate in GMC for dual enrollment, and that's really my main focus right now.
So that means you're focused on your education.
Yes, ma'am.
Getting that, yeah. And so how has it been for you doing dual enrollment and having to handle the responsibilities with color guard and your academics here at the high school?
Well, really, at first, it was like I was doubting myself. I won't even lie to you, but it just came like natural because when you feel like you really want to do something, you go for it.
Yeah.
And you try your best to do it.
For sure. And so what has your experience been like for you here, your high school career?
It's been great. I met people that's done helped me grow throughout the years, and also just really helped me balance stuff when stuff feels like it's overwhelming me.
Right. And so here it is, you know, with this pandemic, you know, we've had a lot of ups and downs, haven't we?
Yes, ma'am.
And how have you stayed afloat? How have you continued to move forward yourself?
Really, like I said before, I have a good support system, as in my friends and my family. So times where I felt like stuff was overwhelming and stuff like that, I just look to them to, you know, help guide me.
For sure.
Stuff like that.
So these relationships that you have built and formulated, not just in the school but outside, have been definite, strong building blocks for you to be able to make it, right?
Yes, ma'am.
And so for color guard, how long have you been doing color guard?
I've been doing color guard since I was in 8th grade and on to now. So.
And now how's it been for you? Like, what ways have you improved?
So at first, like, color guard, people look at it as if, oh, it's easy and stuff like that. So me, when I first started, I was like, it's easy. But then over the years, as you learn new moves and you start seeing like the real depth of color guard, it's difficult, but once you put your mind to it and you actually like engage in it, it's kind of like, it comes natural.
And seeing you all on the field and just whatever, you know, props you're using, it's beautiful to watch.
Yes,
have you been able to see any videos of yourself from watching yourself on that field?
Yes, ma'am. Lots of videos.
How does that make you feel when you see yourself doing that?
It just shows me that all the work that I put in over the weeks and stuff like that, it really paid off.
And tell me about the friendships and the relationships that you've built.
The color guard team that we have now, and even as I came into high school, it was amazing. Wow. Like, there's never been a time where I had any conflict with anybody. And it was like, if it was anything like that, everybody had each other's back.
Yeah.
So it was always like, it ain't even like we was a team. It was like we more like family.
Wow. Can you read that?
We are family.
We are family, baby. And when you're able to look at it that way, when you talk about, you all are all very gifted, you're very talented, and so you have different personalities that you're bringing in, and so it's important for you all to lift one another up, not tear one another down, and so that you can actually be in sync when you're on that field, and that's when the magic really happens.
Yes, ma'am.
What are you going to miss most?
I think what I'm going to miss most about high school is the people and just the experience I got, really.
And what are your plans after high school?
My plans are to become an RN, a registered nurse, or a travel nurse. I'm not really sure yet, but that's my main focus right now.
You're going to be taking care of people, aren't you?
Yes, ma'am.
And you know, with your name being Lyric, we already talked, you're a songstress, aren't you?
Yes, ma'am.
So lead us out with a little something here. Okay. All right?
Amazing grace, how sweet the sound that saved a wretch like me. I once was lost, but now I'm found. Was blind, but now I see.
Beautiful. Thank you so much. We're so proud of you. Your mother, who is an angel, named you well, Lyric. Congratulations to what you've already accomplished and what is yet to come for you.
Thank you.
The beautiful songstress, ladies and gentlemen, Lyric Williams. We've got the lovely Yasmin. Well, wait a minute. Hold on. Cut. What's your last name?
Williams.
Same last name? What's your last name? Okay, cut it out, Kevin. Cut it, because I thought I was about to say the wrong name. We've got the lovely Yasmin Williams with us. How are you?
I'm good.
Good to see you.
Good to see you too.
All right, now Yasmin, this is our first time doing this, right?
Yes.
All right, so you've kind of watched a little bit of how this goes.
Yeah.
So talk to us a little bit about you, all right, things that you're involved in here at West Lawrence and outside of that, and tell us about your family.
Okay, so I got here in about my mid-freshman year. I came from up north, so
coming here is like a whole different environment.
Yeah.
Meeting new people and everything. It was just weird, a new experience. But when I came here, it was really like, it was easy. Meeting people, experiencing new things. And as I remember going to my first football game, and I'm like, what is those people with the flags? Because coming from up north, they don't have that. So I'm like, okay, that's something I want to do. So my 10th grade year, I kind of missed the deadline for tryout. So I was like, okay. So my 11th grade year, I'm like, I'm going to try out. So I tried out. I made the team. Well, I was a runner. So
here you are.
Yeah.
So when you say up north, where'd you move down from?
Baltimore, Maryland.
Oh, I love Baltimore. Love, love, love. And so here it is, you know, your high school career, you've transitioned all the way down to the South, and you've had to really acclimate to things, your environment, new people, and here you are doing what you kind of didn't know what it was at first. And how's that been for you?
It's been good, having a team, like being a part of something. And having a team that always has your back is always good.
It has. And so for you now, academically, are you dual enrolled or are you strictly high school?
Just high school for right now.
And so this is your senior year?
Yes.
Oh my gosh. You know, your senior year is really a time, Yasmin, that you really have to take everything all in.
Yeah.
You know, you've got to really enjoy the moments because it's like, okay, you always think, okay, this is the last time.
Yeah.
This is the last time. And so what's your takeaway from high school of what you're going to really miss about it?
What I'm gonna miss most is probably the people here.
Yeah.
And the teachers and everything. Yeah.
And you know, relationships are so important for not only, you know, our mental health. In order to be able to be our best selves, the relationships that we make are so very important. And so you've made those connections.
Yeah.
Now, after high school, do you plan on going back up north? What are your plans?
I was thinking about going up north, but my first year of college, I'm gonna stay here, see how things go. Then I might decide to move back up north.
So either way, you're just kind of seeing how things are, but you have a plan that you're working on. You're working on. And so, you know, Yasmin, there's a lot of kids that tend to have to transition to new schools, you know, their high school career. Like my kids being a military family, they moved so many times, and that's difficult. And so what kind of words of encouragement do you want to give to those young people out there who have had to transition into a new environment to kind of encourage them?
Well, I know it's going to be hard at times because I know you're coming from somewhere where, like, you have all your support there, your people, friends, and you're leaving everybody behind. But coming to a new school, a new environment, it's pretty easy. Knowing new people, getting to know new people, it's good and it feels good.
So it's a good thing, isn't it? They got to be able to take their time, give themselves a little grace, and they need to meet people like you, right?
Yeah.
Very good. So congratulations to you on what you're doing and what is yet to come for you, Yasmin. You've seen the transition quite nicely.
Yeah.
You've made some connections that can stay with you for a lifetime.
Yes.
Look forward to seeing you on the field.
Thank you.
Yasmin, ladies and gentlemen.